You're watching Reality Check. Something disturbing is unfolding in the state of Tripura. Remember, late last month, the BJP-ruled northeastern state, which has rarely witnessed communal tension, was rocked by targeted religious violence. Shops and properties owned by Muslims burnt and damaged. Reports even of damages to a mosque. Now, locals say the violence was triggered by processions taken out by the VHP against attacks on Hindus in Bangladesh. Processions in which terrible slogans were chanted by these Hindutva groups of the kind that you can see on your screen. So terrible that we can't even air the audio. Now, instead of cracking down on the wrongdoers, the police is now facing mounting criticism for targeting those who have spoken out against the violence, booking an unprecedented 100+ social media handles and individuals under anti-terror laws. The police claim they're cracking down on those spreading fake news about the violence. And to be sure, it may be quite likely that some of those handles may have been pushing fake news. But also on the list of those booked under the anti-terror law includes a Delhi-based journalist who simply tweeted, "Tripura is burning," as well as Delhi-based lawyers, part of a fact-finding team that had travelled to Tripura to document the communal violence. Now, the police say that they're acting in an unbiased manner and that they booked a number of rioters. But curiously, it appears not under the anti-terror law. Moreover, there is uncertainty over whether they actually acted against those who took out the processions. Okay, so I spoke earlier to Jishnu Dev Verma, who's the Deputy Chief Minister of Tripura, who joined me over the phone line, and I began by asking him, how would his government justify filing so many cases against journalists and lawyers under the anti-terror law simply for taking critical positions against the government?
That is, of course, if people are disturbing the unity and the integrity and the good feeling among the communities, some action needs to be taken.
Okay, but these are people who've simply gone and done a fact-finding mission in Tripura, or they've simply tweeted the fact that Tripura is burning and that there's a problem. How does that justify putting UAPA in anti-terror law, sir?
If what we are saying is true, then they'll be let off by the court. What is the question of getting nervous?
Let off by the court. So, in a sense, you're justifying the action by the police?
Police will have to take some action because if we are going through municipal elections and it is a very sensitive matter, there needs to be something to be done.
Okay, but the argument here is that those who are involved in the actual rioting may not have been booked under the anti-terror law. Instead, journalists and lawyers have been booked under this law.
No, that's a wild allegation. Why won't people be booked if they are rioting? No, why won't they be booked? They will be booked in time.
Is it because those who are involved with the violence or instigating the violence are members of Hindutva groups and that's why there's this lopsided kind of response by the government?
No, that is insinuation. That is not our way of looking at things. Whoever is guilty will be brought to book.
Okay. But, the VHP took out these yatras. Very, very provocative slogans were raised against Muslims. It's totally unclear if action has been taken so far against any of them.
Things are being looked into. They will be taken. Action will be taken if anyone is found guilty. And as for VHP and your naming organizations, they were taking out a procession. We have to find out what was the cause, what happened. Without that, how could we take action to that?
Okay, so final question. Many people believe, is this, all of this, the fact that there were this terrible communal, violence, the fact that you're cracking down on journalists and so on, is that because the BJP government is getting nervous with many other political actors coming in, like the Trinamool Congress?
That is very highly imaginative. We have support of 44 MLAs in the House of 60. So what is the question of feeling scared or fearful?
All right. Where is the question of being scared, says the minister. Thank you very much indeed, sir, for joining us. Let's go across to panel. We have Sushmita Dev, Rajya Sabha MP and spokesperson Trinamool Congress. Sham Meera Singh, journalist at NewsClick, who's one of those who actually has been booked by the Tripura police. But let me start with Dushyant Dave, senior lawyer, Supreme Court. Dushyant Dave, you have this situation where over 100, as we said, social media handles facing UAPA charges. Some of them are journalists and lawyers. And the minister says, what's the problem? Go to court.
Well, as the minister very rightly said, he proves one thing, ulta chor kotwal ko dande. The minister clearly admitted that no action has so far been taken against those who perpetrated the violence, those who provoked violence. And instead, those who are talking about violence are sought to be charged by filing these false. This has unfortunately become a pattern so far as the BJP government, state governments are concerned. We've seen that in UP. Whenever anybody wants to help and expose atrocities against the Dalits and the minority community, the BJP governments come down very, very heavily. We saw that Keralite journalist who has been languishing in jail, unfortunately, and even the Supreme Court has not been able to help him. We have seen incidents when these, 4 farmers were killed, and when the opposition leaders wanted to visit UP, they were, stopped and they were detained for a number of days. This is now a pattern, unfortunately, which is extremely sad. I mean, it doesn't, really befit BJP to, encourage this kind of a, I would say, completely unacceptable behavior.
Right.
Because everybody has a right to really point out what is happening in the state. Because unless and until the media independently, speaks about these reports, we are seeing today that substantial part of the media, and I'm sorry to say that, is quite acting at the instance of party in power.
Right.
And therefore the truth does not come out. And none of these, reports which have been released, none of the actions which have taken place, including by the lawyers group, nor the social media platforms really need to be, charged, under any law, much less under UAPA.
Okay.
I think this is a gross abuse of the state's power, and it really, I think it's, I would say, I hope the Supreme Court intervenes and stop this nonsense going on.
Right. I think, in fact, some of them have gone to the Supreme Court. Sham Meera Singh, ये बताइए कि आपने सिर्फ एक ट्वीट किया था, त्रिपुरा इज बर्निंग, वो ट्वीट दिखाते हैं. आई थिंक अभी ये आपके टाइमलाइन पे वो पिन्ड ट्वीट है और आपके अगेंस्ट यूएपीए लगा दिया गया है.
जी, सबसे पहले तो मैं माफ़ी चाहूँगा व्यूअर्स के साथ कि मैं अंग्रेजी में नहीं बात कर सकता और मैं हिंदी में ही बात करना चाहूँगा आगे. मैंने जो ट्वीट किया था वो जी मैंने ट्वीट किया था त्रिपुरा इज बर्निंग. ये वही सेम बात थी जो वहाँ की हाईकोर्ट बोल रही थी. त्रिपुरा हाईकोर्ट ने खुद एक सुओ मोटो लेते हुए वहाँ की सरकार को बोला है कि त्रिपुरा में क्या चल रहा है, इसकी हमें अपडेट दीजिए. और रैली निकालने वालों पर आपने कितना एक्शन लिया, जिन लोगों ने वहां पर वायलेंस किया उन पर कितना एक्शन लिया, इस चीज को लेकर हमें अपडेट दीजिए. अगर ये अफवाह है तो वो सारी चीजें भी बताइए. तो वही सेम बात अगर एक पत्रकार अपने ट्विटर पर लिख देता है, इन्होंने उस पर यूएपीए लगा दी. मैं आपको ये बताना चाहता हूँ कि यूएपीए में कोई 50 से अधिक सेक्शन है और उसके अलावा वो 50 से ज्यादा बड़ा का पेज का वो एक कानून है. और यूएपीए का जो केवल फुल फॉर्म है कि अनलॉफुल यूएपी की जो फुल फॉर्म है,
हाँ,
यस, तो उसमें भी 4 शब्द हैं और मेरे ट्वीट में केवल 3 शब्द हैं. तो वही बात जो त्रिपुरा
तो लेकिन एक चीज बताइए कि आप इस बात से मतलब वरिड नहीं है, आप पे यूएपीए लगा दिया तब भी आपने अपना ट्वीट रखा हुआ है.
मुझे लगता है कि सर देखिए, अगर इस देश में लोकतंत्र है तो मुझे वरिड नहीं होना चाहिए. वरिड किसको होना चाहिए? उस आईपीएस अफसर को होना चाहिए जिसने निर्दोष लोगों पर, जिसने निर्दोष पत्रकारों पर, निर्दोष वकीलों पर यूएपीए लगाया, जिसने 15 साल के बच्चों पर यूएपीए लगाया, जिसने उन बच्चों पर भी यूएपीए लगाया जिनके केवल 4 फॉलोअर्स हैं और एक भी लाइक नहीं है. ऐसे ट्वीट्स पर भी यूएपीए लगा दिया.
आप अभी भी मतलब इस बात से आप डटे हुए हैं. सुष्मिता देव, तृणमूल कांग्रेस, नाउ द BJP government in Tripura is saying that the violence that we saw, all of this is being incited by the opposition. What would you say to that?
I just think that I don't even know what to say about it. It's very simple. To the background to the violence, it was triggered after what happened in Bangladesh, if you remember. An entire country got together, including all political parties. They condemned what happened in Bangladesh. Now, it is but a pattern with the BJP that whichever state is about to face an election, whichever state is heading towards some sort of an electoral battle, they tend to polarize it. So what triggered the violence in Tripura are these processions which were taken out by fringe elements,
right?
Which were, communally volatile. And then these attacks happened. So the Tripura police did is they first, sorry.
The point that they're making is that, in a way, I mean, they may not be saying this, but the kind of allegation is that this is sort of tit for tat. That, you know, the kind of political violence that the, Trinamool is alleging that it's facing in Tripura, you're not able to conduct your activities, you even went to the Supreme Court, is similar to what the BJP says they faced by the Trinamool in West Bengal.
See, I'll tell you something. If it's a West Bengal versus Tripura tit-for-tat situation, that has absolutely no connection with the communal violence. You know, the photographs of mosques burning and shops being burned, that's a separate issue. And I think Tripura police and the Tripura government is confusing the two things.
Right.
I have gone to Supreme Court, I will fight it out. But to book 102 activists, journalists and commentators for spreading, if you like, spreading false information or attacking them and saying that you are jeopardizing the integrity of the country is a separate issue.
Okay.
Politics, we'll fight it out. I've gone to court. But why did you book the 102 people who were trying to talk about what was happening in Tripura vis-a-vis the communal violence?
Right.
They're two separate things.
Okay. Now, of course, as we said, some of those 100 handles may have been spreading fake news and all of that. But the point is, Dushyant Dave, that even if, let's say, you're spreading fake news or you may have made a provocative statement, does that merit the use of the anti-terror law?
Certainly it doesn't. You know, what seems to have happened is, sadly, my co-panelists mentioned about the High Court suo motu order, but that order has certain, I would say, disturbing, directions. The High Court has records, and I'll read it. However, it is brought to our notice by the Advocate General that social media in particular have been carrying certain articles or visual footages which are either morphed and or unrelated to the state of Tripura with sole intent of once again reigniting passions of people. We direct the state, High Court says, to initiate appropriate action against all such social media platforms in order to ensure that such false, fictitious and or fabricated news articles or visual footages do not come to the social media platform. And even if they do, they are removed at the earliest opportunity. Right. Now, High Court, without even inquiring into what these are, merely on statement of the Advocate General passes this order and says that action should be taken against media platform and others. I think the state is taking, this happened on 29th, the High Court's order, and the state has issued notice thereafter. So it's very clear that the state is taking shelter under the High Court's order. To my mind, High Court should have been very careful before making this kind of observations, much less directions. There is no doubt in my mind that these, media coverage or the social media, coverage cannot really invoke Unlawful Prevention of Terrorist Activities Act at all.
Okay.
There is no doubt in my mind. And it is only to terrorize people that this kind of a misuse of power takes place in this country.
In fact, we've had the media watchdogs. We can even put up that graphic on screen. We had the media watchdogs have taken out very strong statements about these actions. The Editors Guild of India has said, shocked by the action against people reporting on the recent communal violence. Press Club of India said, shocked to note that Tripura government is arm twisting, arresting media persons, strongly castigates the slapping of draconian laws such as UAPA. But Shyam Meena Singh, अभी तक जो है आपकी सिचुएशन, क्या कुछ एक्शन कार्रवाई स्टार्ट किया है त्रिपुरा पुलिस ने आपके खिलाफ? आपने कोई कोर्ट पे जाके बेल वगैरह लेने का प्रयास किया है?
जी सर, ये यूएपीए का जो सेक्शन 13 है उसके तहत ये कलेक्टिव एफआईआर की गई है। ये पर्सनली नहीं भेजा गया है। जैसे दिल्ली दंगों में एक कलेक्टिव एफआईआर की गई और फिर बाद में लोगों को अरेस्ट किया गया धीरे धीरे, तो वैसे ही ये एक कलेक्टिव एफआईआर है। और सेक्शन 13 में मेरे वकील ने मुझे बताया कि इसमें पुलिस लायबल नहीं है कि वो हमें नोटिस भेजेगी। वो कभी भी हम अगर किसी भी बाजार में अगर घूम रहे होंगे या हमारे घर पर आके कभी भी हमें ले जा सकती है। देन जो प्रोसेस होगी वही हमारे लिए पनिशमेंट है कि हम सच बोलने के लिए, साधारण सी बातें बोलने के लिए और हम पर यूएपीए लगा दी जाए, फिर हम बाद में पूरे कानूनी प्रक्रिया में उलझे रहें कि या तो हमें 2 महीने बाद जेल मिले, जमानत मिले, या हम फिर त्रिपुरा जैसे स्टेट में जाएं, यहाँ से जिस स्टेट में मीडिया नहीं पहुंच सका। आप देखिए कि जितने भी बड़े बड़े चैनल हैं जिन्हें आज गोदी मीडिया कहा जाता है, उनके कोई रिपोर्टर वहां पहुंचे नहीं ना। क्यों? क्योंकि वो स्टेट इतना दूर है, नॉर्थ ईस्ट स्टेट में है वो, तो वहां पर हमारे माँ बाप, हमारे भाई बहन कैसे टिफिन लेके भी कैसे पहुंचेंगे। तो ये जो प्रोसेस होगी वो अपने आप में पनिशमेंट है। तो अभी हमने एक लीगली हम प्रोसेस में हैं।
अच्छा, ठीक है, आप अभी लीगल उसके प्रोसेस में देख रहे हैं। आई ऑल्सो स्पोक अर्लियर टू Pradyot Burman. He's part of the Tipraha Indigenous Progressive Regional Alliance. He was earlier with the Congress. He's now floated his own political outfit in Tripura. And I began by asking him, where does he think all of this, the cases against journalists, the communal violence, is it because the state government is feeling nervous, politically threatened with all these new actors coming in? Where does he think this is coming from?
No, I'll say something which very few people are addressing. When I left the Congress party in 2019, my major angst was that the Congress party was not protesting enough in Tripura against the Citizenship Amendment Act. Even today, I don't see the Communist Party or the Congress Party coming out in the open condemning the aggression towards the Muslims in Tripura. Because most of the political parties in Tripura are actually aiming for the Hindu Bengali vote share. And when it comes to issues like this, you see that they keep silent. It's another thing that in Delhi, leaders are tweeting about it, but you should go and ask leaders, former chief ministers like Manik Sarkar, or Congress leaders, or even Trinamool leaders, why they have kept quiet on targeted attacks on minority Muslims in Tripura. And they will keep quiet. They kept quiet during CAA. That's because it is vote bank politics.
Okay, I'll come back to Pradyot in just a second, but I want to just get a quick response from Sushmita Deb on that. Sushmita Deb, how do you respond to the fact that the parties like the Trinamool and so on are, I mean, you might be condemning the action against these activists and so on, but you've not really spoken out against the communal violence in Tripura, the anti-Muslim violence in Tripura?
I think Pradyot Burman is totally misinformed. I wrote to the governor and I asked him to give me security and permission to go there because they're not letting me move out of Agartala. That's what my Supreme Court petition is about. Congress party sent a fact-finding committee. So I don't know what Pradyot Burman is talking about. And it is also a fact, he gave a statement condemning the violence, but he didn't visit there himself, although I heard he was in that area at that time. So it is totally incorrect what he has said. See, the point here is that UAPA has been totally misused here to book the 102 people. We understand that reasonable restrictions apply to Article 19 of the Constitution. But in this case, this is total excessive use of UAPA. No one had, I don't think any of the Twitter handles had any intentions of attacking the integrity and the security of the country or Tripura. This is purely, please believe me when I say it, this is purely a political agenda of the Bharatiya Janata Party. And I am proud to say, let me tell you, Telegraph, I think, carried a story. People of Tripura did not take the bait. The situation was under control because the troublemongers and the people who created trouble, the people of Tripura defeated that agenda. And that's how the situation came to control. And I have to say, let me say that the people who tweeted about it, the activists, most of them are activists and NGOs and people who are working for, minorities' rights. I'm happy they raised it because Tripura is so far away in one corner of the country that I'm glad they raised it and it came to the mainstream media, you know.
Right. Okay. Let me just go back to Pradyot Burman, who as I said, I was speaking to him earlier, and I also asked him, was he also surprised about this kind of response, the communal violence, the booking of, so many people? Had this ever happened before in Tripura?
Tripura has never had a history of Hindu-Muslim conflict. Many people are not even aware that our ancestors, actually the Maharajas of Tripuras, when Tripura was an independent kingdom, actually built mosques for Shuja. So Tripura has never had a history of Hindu-Muslim divide. What we are seeing now is an artificial divide which has been created for vote bank politics from both ends.
Right.
And it is very unfortunate. We have always seen Sheikh Hasina as a friend of India. Sheikh Hasina has a special place for us in Tripura.
Right.
Because of the involvement of a late father, Sheikh Mujibur Rahman.
Okay.
And when we see that attacks take place against the minority, it only strengthens people who want the relationship between India and Bangladesh to be spoiled. I think it is very unfortunate. It is a huge departure from our norms, and this culture is extremely alien to us. And we are very worried because, the day Sheikh Hasina gets destabilized in Bangladesh, you will have many migrant Hindus who will be targeted by fringe elements there. And once they start coming over to the Northeast, you will have a conflict between migrant Hindus and the indigenous people, the tribals of Northeast.
Right.
So whoever is doing this is not only doing it to target a particular government or a state, they're trying to create unrest in the entire Northeast.
Okay. Let's just go to Pramod Swami, spokesperson BJP Assam is with us. Mr. Swami, how would you, this whole point that basically you're shooting the messenger, that there's a problem in Tripura, there's communal violence, and you're going after journalists and lawyers with UAPA, anti-terror laws?
देखिए, ये विभिन्न वक्ताओं ने भी इस बात को कहा है, और ये जो कुछ लोग हैं या कुछ ऐसी शक्तियां हैं जो वहां का माहौल जो है वो खराब करना चाहती है, तो जो लोग भी सोशल मीडिया पर माहौल को खराब कर करके सांप्रदायिक तनाव पैदा करना चाहते हैं, उनके ऊपर में निश्चित रूप से कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए, और जो कार्रवाई हुई है वो बिल्कुल उचित है।
बिल्कुल उचित है। किसी ने इस शो पे एक ऐसे व्यक्ति हैं जिन्होंने सिर्फ इतना ट्वीट किया, त्रिपुरा इज बर्निंग, उनके अगेंस्ट एंटी टेरर लॉ लगा दिया है, ये उचित है?
नहीं, त्रिपुरा इज द बर्निंग, या उन्होंने क्या कहा क्या नहीं कहा और किस वजह से उनके ऊपर में कौन सा लॉ लगाया गया, ये सिर्फ मैं आपकी बात के ऊपर में इसके ऊपर मैं कोई टिक्का टिप्पणी नहीं करना चाहता, लेकिन मैंने पूरे सिनेरियो के ऊपर में बात कही है कि कोई भी व्यक्ति जो है वो संविधान से बड़ा नहीं होता है, कोई भी व्यक्ति जो है
कोई भी व्यक्ति
राष्ट्र से बड़ा,
बिल्कुल
राष्ट्र से बड़ा नहीं होता है।
सही कहा आपने।
अगर
तो मुझे ये बताइए, ओके, मुझे ये बताइए कि अगर कोई भी व्यक्ति संविधान से बड़ा नहीं होता तो ऐसा क्यों है कि त्रिपुरा पुलिस ने जो एक्चुअल राइटिंग और दंगेकारी हैं एलिजेड, सिर्फ 8 लोगों को अरेस्ट किया है, और इस तरफ 100 से ज्यादा लोगों को जो सोशल मीडिया पे आप इस पे कमेंट कर रहे हैं या लॉयर्स वहां फैक्ट फाइंडिंग कर रहे हैं, उनके ऊपर एंटी टेरर लॉ लगा दिया है। दंगेकारी सिर्फ 8, सोशल मीडिया एंड जर्नलिस्ट एंड लॉयर्स 100।
देखिए, सोशल मीडिया का एक बहुत बड़ा रोल है।
सोशल मीडिया का रोल दंगेकारियों से तो बड़ा नहीं हो सकता जो एक्चुअली दंगे वहां कर रहे हैं, जिन्होंने अटैक किया, जिन्होंने घरों को जलाया। आप कह रहे हैं कि उनसे ज्यादा बड़ा रोल है सोशल मीडिया का जो एक्चुअल दंगेकारी हैं।
मैं बता रहा हूं, मेरे को आप बात कंप्लीट करने दीजिए। आपने सवाल किया, जवाब देने का तो आप मेरे को मौका दीजिए।
मेरा भी एक सवाल है।
एक सेकंड, यस, वन एट अ टाइम, बोलिए।
हाँ, सोशल मीडिया का बहुत बड़ा रोल है। सोशल मीडिया पॉजिटिव रोल भी प्ले कर सकता है और नेगेटिव रोल भी प्ले कर सकता है। तो सोशल मीडिया पे अगर कोई हमारे मुल्क का माहौल खराब करना चाहता है तो उसकी हम कैसे इजाजत दे सकते हैं?
मैं आपसे दोबारा पूछ रहा हूं, 100 लोग टारगेटेड बिकॉज दे वर पोस्टिंग ऑन सोशल मीडिया, और वो फैक्ट फाइंडिंग, सिर्फ सोशल मीडिया नहीं, जो सिर्फ वहां फैक्ट फाइंडिंग करने गए थे उन पे भी, और जो एक्चुअल राइटर्स हैं ओनली 8 जिन्होंने भड़काऊ वहां पे भाषण दिए और प्रोसेशन निकाला, उन पे एक्शन ही अभी तक शायद नहीं हुआ है। यही प्रॉब्लम है। आप दोनों को बराबर कैसे देख सकते हैं?
देखिए, हमारी जो नीति है वो बिल्कुल स्पष्ट है। सबका साथ, सबका विकास और सबका विश्वास की नीति पे सरकार काम करती है, और किसी ने भी अगर कानून हाथ में लेकर के माहौल को खराब करने की कोशिश की है तो निश्चित रूप से उसके ऊपर में कार्रवाई होगी।
कार्रवाई नहीं हो रही है, यही तो पॉइंट है।
आप कह रहे हैं ना, ये तो आप कह रहे हैं।
मैं नहीं कह रहा हूं, ये आप ही के खुद की पुलिस कह रही है कि वहां सिर्फ दंगाईकारों में से सिर्फ 8 लोग, बहुत दंगे, only 8 people have been targeted. So to say सबका साथ सबका विकास is quite a interesting claim. But anyway, वक्त खत्म हो चुका है, we are out of time. Thank you for joining us on the show tonight. We'll have to leave it there. Good night.